Hello, friends, and welcome into the Cowboys Report. A little bit earlier than most live Thursdays, we have some breaking news for you. It ain't good news. Ezekiel Elliott is not on the Cowboys plane, the chartered plane that's taking them out to California for training camp. Now, this is not technically a holdout yet for Zeke. He has until tomorrow. But let's read between the lines here. The Cowboys had expected Zeke to show up on the team plane to California. Because guess what? It's a flight out there. It's easy. Oh, Zeke, just get on the plane with all of his teammates, or at least most of his teammates on there. They had a spot for him on the plane. He didn't show up. He's not on the team plane to California right now. Now, yes, technically speaking, Zeke could get himself out there on his own. He can take his own flight. He could, I guess, drive if that's what you want to end up doing then. But this is a pretty clear sign that Zeke plans on holding out. That's what this means. Now, again, he can get his own way out there if he wants to. He has until tomorrow morning to report to training camp and do his physical and all that stuff. So until then, it is not officially a holdout. That is when he has to report for it to be a holdout. Now, I see some comments about August 6th. We'll get to that. That's not the holdout date. That is the accrue a season for free agency, which I think is when he's probably, in theory, going to show up. Then again, I thought he was going to show up for camp to begin with there. That's what the Cowboys thought was going to have happen. That's what the Cowboys Connected reporters said were going to happen, that this is probably the outcome here. Instead, Zeke is not on the Cowboys flight. He is not with the team right now as they fly out. I think they actually just took off, or they're about to take off right now as we sit here at 1:16 Central Time out of DFW on an American Airlines chartered flight to LAX. Zeke's not on that plane. Read between the lines, guys. He's holding out. And I know many of you are upset with it, and I very much understand why. So if Zeke does officially hold out, again, it's not technically a holdout yet, but it pretty much is here. What should Dallas do? Type P for pay him right now, get it done, get him in camp. Type T for trade him, or type W if you want him, if you just want to wait it out. Let me know in the comment section. P for pay, T for trade, W for wait. Also, let me get this pulled up here because I put this up on the channel this morning. And I want to see how many people thought like I did that I thought Zeke was going to show up. I did not think he was going to hold out, but I did think it was a possibility. So I put this up on the poll earlier today. Will Zeke hold out? The results, by the way, 81% of you guys said no, with well over 1,000 votes. So there you go. I see lots of P's, lots of W's, a couple of T's mixed in there as well. We'll make that the next poll on the channel because I'm very curious how much things have changed now for the Dallas Cowboys fan base and for Zeke here. But again, in case you're just now tuning in, Zeke is not on the Cowboys plane. He is not flying out with the team to California. Now, this is not officially a holdout, not technically speaking, because he has until tomorrow morning to actually report. So, hey, maybe Zeke's paying his own way out there. It's certainly a possibility, but I'm going to choose to read between the lines here. Zeke's not on that plane because he plans to hold out. And Zeke is trying to use whatever leverage he has here to get himself a new contract. Now, I think the timing of this from Zeke's end is pretty terrible. Like, dude, you just got in trouble with the law again. Now you're holding out? Dak and Amari aren't holding out. They're showing up to camp. Now, of course, Zeke is a critical part of this Cowboys offense. We know that. We know how important he is to what this team does, what this team wants to try to do. But it's pretty noteworthy that he's holding out right now, or at least is planning to hold out because he's not on the team plane. The Cowboys have leaned heavily on Ezekiel Elliott over the past couple years. They've given the ball an ridiculous amount, and that's also why Zeke wants this new contract. Zeke's not an idiot, and his camp isn't dumb here. Zeke knows, and his team knows, that, yeah, there's going to be some negative reaction to this, but he knows that running backs have a short shelf life in the NFL. They don't exist long. They just don't. They're constantly shuffled out there, and what Zeke doesn't want to have happen, and I know a lot of you guys aren't happy with this, and I get that. I see the comments in there, but I at least want to play a little bit of what Zeke's thinking here. He knows that his best chance to get a new contract is probably right now. Because what if he gets hurt this season? That's what happened with Lev Bell. Now, I don't think Zeke's going to pull a full-on Bell situation here, but Zeke knows that he needs, if he wants to get paid, the sooner the better. And if Zeke can use some leverage and hold out here, maybe he can force the Cowboys' hand a little bit quicker. Although Stephen Jones is in charge here, not sure he's going to feel that way. So question for you guys. 3 words or less. React to Zeke's apparent holdout. Again, not officially a holdout, but he's not on the plane. Let's call it what it is here. All right? 3 words or less. React to it. I see Yo22 says, pay the man. I mean, that's a pretty fair one there. Also, shout out Swiss Cheese, who just hooked us up with a super chat there. Anthony says, not worried. JR the GOAT says, happy as F. Alfado says, get out of here, not that worried. Wanting too much. Damn it, man. Pay the man. Lots of F-bombs in there. You guys like my last F-bomb. Not sure I'm going to use it today. We'll see. I see some wait and sees. Don't overreact. Time to panic. It's a fair one there. Jay Ajayi better, which is just false there. Pay him now. Bound to happen. Deal gets done. Several pay the mans in there. So here's where the Cowboys sit at running back right now. Kind of relates back to that Jay Ajayi thing there. Zeke, of course, is your number 1. But if he misses time in camp and if there is that official holdout, Pollard, Darius Jackson, Mike Weber, and I guess technically speaking, Jordan Shun are all options on there. I think in reality, if Zeke misses time, you see a lot of Tony Pollard, a lot of Mike Weber, and you still see plenty of Darius Jackson. And the Cowboys see, okay, let's just operate like Zeke's not going to be there week 1, because that probably makes the most sense there. I'm very curious how the touches are broken down and how it's all set up in terms of, okay, we install the offense. Let's see what happens. Now, Zeke has several options right now. Number 1, that is a lengthy holdout. And that holdout means you don't report by that August 6th deadline. And we'll get, in terms of that August 6th deadline, if Zeke doesn't show up by then, he is not eligible to accrue a season towards free agency, which in the grand scheme of things is not what Zeke wants unless he's really convinced the Cowboys will end up paying him and he'll get a long-term deal. So it's a lengthy holdout by report, which at that point, why even bother? And then number 3, to avoid a holdout, is take the next flight out to LAX and get out there in time for training camp tomorrow morning. Now, there aren't that many flights from Dallas to LAX, but Zeke can get one, of course. He also cost himself money because now he's got to pay for his last-second flight out to LA. So question for you guys. I see plenty of kind of freakouts in there in the comment section. Then we'll get to that super chat, by the way, that I see just came in from Kilgore. What is your panic level at with Zeke? Rate this for me on a scale of 1 to 10. How much are you freaking out right now? I was at like a 2 or a 1 before today because I did kind of think he was going to be there. I'll bump it up to like a 3 or a 4. Maybe we're on the 5 side of things. I'm not going to give it the full-on 10. 10 is reserved for, oh my God, it's week 1 and Zeke's not here. Like a 7 is reserved for, oh, it's August 8th and Zeke's not here. And then, a 5 there is kind of, okay, Zeke's probably going to hold out. Again, it's not official yet. It's not technically official because Zeke has until tomorrow to show up to the Dallas Cowboys. That's the key there. Let's read between the lines. The Cowboys thought Ezekiel Elliott was going to be on this chartered flight. They thought he was going to show up and go about his business at camp and get a new deal at some point in the near future. That's not where we're at, though. Again, Zeke is not on the Cowboys flight. He has until tomorrow morning to show up to Cowboys training camp, or it is officially a holdout. Until then, he's just kind of stuck in this limbo range of, well, he's not with the team, but he could still show up tomorrow morning. But I'll tell you what, read between the lines here, guys. I think we're in the midst now of an Ezekiel Elliott holdout, and he wants to get paid. He doesn't want a DeMarco Murray situation where he's had 300-plus carries and almost 400 touches last year. Zeke is aware that shelf lives for running backs in the NFL aren't very long. They come and go quickly, and then all of a sudden he's missed his chance to make his money. And Zeke does want to get paid. My biggest issue is that this is awful timing for Zeke. You just got off, in theory, got off a little bit, avoided discipline there from the NFL. Now he's in trouble again in terms of the way the fans view it. Now you're holding out, Zeke? It's another distraction for a player that I'm really tired of the distractions. We should be talking about how Kellen Moore's offense is going to be installed, how that's going to look. Instead, we got to talk about Zeke holding out. That's the definition of a distraction. That's what's going on here right now with Zeke. So again, react in 3 words or less to this holdout, non-holdout. Let me know in the comments section. React 3 words or less to this holdout. I see drama queen in there. I think that's pretty fair. Distractions from Tracy, that's a good one there. Ooh, someone says moron. Molten says why Zeke, why? Let me know in the comment section 3 words or less your reaction to Zeke's holdout. Now Kilgore, he says, my word, oh my God, he's kind of freaking out. He also says, double super chat, thank you Kilgore, you are the man. Honestly, Jerry Jones has enough money to pay all 3. I don't know why people are acting like it's life or death. We know Jerry isn't going to go broke. Yes, but remember, there's the salary cap here, and it's building a roster, and I think Zeke felt like he was clearly behind Dak and Amari, but here's the thing. Zeke should be behind Dak and Amari, and it's not because of talent or impact or anything like that, but it's just the nature of contracts. Who do you want to pay first? The guy with 2 years left on his contract, or the guy with 1? Well, it's the guy with 1, right? And you want to pay the guy as well, by the way, who is going to have the market go up for him. That's Amari Cooper. That's Dak Prescott. If you're going to wait on anybody, you probably make more sense waiting on Ezekiel Elliott there. So I know everyone's kind of freaking out right now, and I get it, and I understand where Zeke's coming from, but I'm not a fan of the holdout. Assuming he does, so it's not official yet, but read between the lines, I'm not a fan of this move at all by Zeke. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.